Hey guys, it's Adam from the Dimensional Gaming Squad here, bringing you with a start of a new series video which will be entirely Pokemon related. Now, as some of you may know, my favourite game is Pokemon. I'm completely obsessed with it. So, yeah, I decided that I'd like to start this series. I was going to do it with a special guest, but we agreed that we will be doing it for another top 10, which is also Pokemon related. So be on the lookout for that. And if Reese happens to be watching this, because he's not a special guest, you can upload your own version of this series as well, which is the top 10 Pokemon of each type, going alphabetically. So yeah, we did a favourite Pokemon of each type video, which was just our favourite Pokemon of each type. But I thought, well, yeah, that is okay, but I would like to do some top 10s. So what I did was I just pulled this out of the crack in my drawer, and just put 18 lists together of my top 10 favorite Pokemon of each type. This is gonna be in 18 separate videos though. So, because there are 18 types, obviously. And, yeah, we're going to start with Bug first, because that's alphabetical, like I already said. Rules are for this one, there are actually no rules. The way I do these, though, it's based on my personal experience and my opinion about them. I have added 3 honourable mentions on each list, because, well, there are so many great Pokemon of each type, and it's really hard to narrow it down to 10. So I was like, how about 13? So, yeah. So we just got 13 instead. But, yeah, since it'll be weird to do a top 13, it's going to be a top 10 with 3 honourable mentions. Yeah, what else? Oh, yeah, this is going to be one of many opinionated videos on this channel. So, if you think different about, let's say, number 1 is Kricketune, let's say. If you disagree, just say, yeah, I disagree, but don't say that, oh yeah, you're stupid for thinking Kricketune's the best bug type. Just say your own opinion. Leave your top 10, top 5, or even top 3 in the comments below. I will read them. I like reading comments. Don't look at the previous videos though, because there are no comments. There are a few, but not a lot. So let's get right into this top 10. So, well, 13. So top 10, we're going to start with the honourable mentions with my least favourite out of the 13 bug types on this list, and that is Ninjask. Ninjask is a bug flying type introduced in Generation 3, Evolution Nincada, and has a kind of similar other being Shedinja. Ninjask is my favourite out of all 3 of them because its ability Speed Boost is... I actually really like that ability. I like Speed Boost. It's one of my favourite abilities. And Ninjask is one I use a lot more often than the other bugs in that sector. Ninjask's design, I like it a lot. People confuse it with bees though, even though it's actually not a bee. It's based off another kind of bug, which its entire evolution family pulls off really well. Same with Shedinja as well, being the outer case of the cocoon that Ninjask was in, hence the black hole on Shedinja's back. But, yeah, Ninjask has an interesting backstory. Its design is great, and it would have been a lot higher if it was actually useful. But only its ability is good. Nothing else about it is great. Its moveset is alright, but its attack stat, along with defense, is terrible. Moving on to 12th place, or the second honourable mention, it's Excelgor. Excelgor suffers from a similar problem to Ninjask, being a Generation 5 bug type though. This one is fast, like Ninjask, but its defense isn't great, its attack stat isn't great either, neither is its special attack or special defense. Its design is nice, I really do like it, and I like the unique evolution Game Freak gave to Excelgor, along with Escavalier as well, having it evolve in a link trade. But if you want to evolve your Shelmet to Excelgor, you need to trade the Shelmet with a Carablast, which I think is actually really unique. And I have not seen another evolution like that where you have to trade a certain Pokemon to evolve that Pokemon that you want. But moving on to 11th place, we have Pinsir. Pinsir I've always liked. It does look a bit weird, but and actually wasn't actually going to be on this list, but since Mega Pinsir, I actually liked it a lot. Mega Pinsir kind of boosted up a fair amount for me. And it's actually really useful in battle. It's one of my, well, actually, I'll say it probably is. It's my strongest bug type, which is kind of upsetting, really. Pinsir, its ability, when it's Mega evolves, its ability is Aerialate, which makes normal type moves flying type moves, which is just great. And it'll be Stab, and you won't even need to teach it Aerialate or something. Just teach it Headbutt or Vice Grip. There we are, flying type move that's relatively strong. But design for Pinsir is okay. Mega Pinsir looks just as good. I admit it does look. I admit if it does look a bit weird, a bit creepy to some people's perspective, but to mine, I like it. I really do. Nothing you're going to say to make me change that mind. Anyway, going into the actual top 10 now. Number 10 is Genesect. Genesect, now I was originally going to plan to not add any legendaries or mythicals to any of these lists. But then I was like, wait a minute. This is my opinion. I don't care what anyone's going to say. So I'll say Genesect. Genesect is actually an amazing bug type. Design is unique. It has a signature move being called Techno Blast, I believe. I would admit I never used it. But I have been on the receiving end of its power. So yeah, I got swept by Genesect. That's because I didn't have any fire types. But yeah, Genesect, great design, great backstory, and great rumour about it, of it originally being a Kabutops being brought into the modern world with technology all around it. Thank you, Team Plasma. But yeah, Genesect, man, there's so many Gen 5 bug types here. I just realised that. That's really funny. Okay, yeah, Genesect, amazing bug type. And great combination of types, being Bug and Steel. Only one weakness and a fair amount of resistances. That's really good. Number 9, Crustle. Yeah. Crustle. What can I say about Crustle? I liked it in the anime, even though it did belong to Silent, who I'm not a big fan of. But I like that Crustle's home is its rock that is carried on its back, and same thing with Dwebble. I mean, Dwebble has a flat, Crustle has a freaking mansion, let's say. And with the Crustles that I've been raising, I found out a really good strategy to have a good Crustle. Have the ability Sturdy, give it the item the White Herb, teach it Shell Smash, and then teach it a bunch of very strong moves, and then voila. You have a raised speed, raised in attack, and raised in special attack, with no lower in defense with the White Herb, thank you. When you use Shell Smash, and then there's just 3 moves which are really good, and it's one of few Pokemon that have the move Rock Wrecker, which is a really strong move, but unfortunately it makes you have to recharge after that turn, which gives your opponent enough time to take it down, which I have been on the receiving end of that so many times, and I still didn't swap it around for Rock Slide. That's what I'm going to do after this recording. Anyway, number 8 is Galvantula. Probably one of my favourite bug types to use when setting up at the beginning of a battle. In every bug type battle, in every battle I've been in where I used only bug types, I always lead off with Galvantula to use the Sticky Web, and then just have it sacrifice itself, and then just take down the first Pokemon that was against the Galvantula, and depending if it doesn't have Levitate or it's a flying type, I should be fine. Because then I'll be guaranteed to outspeed it, hence why my Excelgor and Volcarona always outspeed it. As well as Ivani, Pinsir, and Yanmega. But Yanmega's kind of obvious because it has speed boost as well. But anyway, Galvantula is just an amazing setup Pokemon. There's another great setup Pokemon on this list as well, which I'm going to be talking about now. Number 7 is Ariados. Now, Ariados and Galvantula. I was tempted to have them at the same spot since they're both really good setup Pokemon, but Ariados is slightly better with Sticky Web, and if you don't happen to go down in the next turn when you use Sticky Web, just use Toxic Thread to try and slow that Pokemon down and poison it, which is actually really useful and can always work unless they use Protect or it's a Steel or Poison type. But since those are rather unlikely, unless you battle a certain friend of mine, you know who you are, Brandon, you should be fine. You should be able to land a Toxic Thread and they'll be slower and poisoned. Yeah. Moving on to number 6, we have Armaldo. Yeah, Armaldo. Yeah. I originally said Armaldo was my favourite rock type, but when actually looking at all the other rock types, I was like, wow, I made a dumb choice. So, Armaldo is 5th place here for the bug types, and you just had to wait to see where it is for the rock types. But Armaldo's here. I like its design. It's actually really unique for the design. I'm not really sure what it's based on, but it's actually a unique looking fossil Pokemon that doesn't actually look like a fossil Pokemon. Its moveset is great. Its stats are amazing. Well, not really amazing. Not. Oh my god, it's so cool, so cool. It's just average, but I like Armaldo. I like that the champion Steven Stone uses Armaldo, which is a great counter if you bought just Pokemon to counter against Steel types. So fighting, yeah, Armaldo will lose as well, but fire, Armaldo might win. And ground, Armaldo may win because I think Bug resists ground. So yeah, actually really good. Armaldo's actually pretty useful. But yeah, moving on. We have 5th place being Heracross. Heracross. Yeah, I think that list is right. I got a ranking here and I had to swap some Pokemon around, otherwise it wouldn't make sense for future videos. But yeah, I think 5th place is Heracross on this list. So yeah, Heracross is 5th place. Let's just say it's the OG best bug type. Now, I know Heracross wasn't introduced in Generation 1, but in Generation 1, bug types were close to useless. They were only good against Psychic, Grass, and another type. No, I think it was just Psychic and Grass in Gen 1. But the thing what made it useless was that there were no good bug type moves then. Then Generation 2 came along, where Dark type got introduced, where bug types are now a bit more useful. And, yay, they're a bit more useful. And we got Heracross along with stronger bug type moves. A prime example, I'm not sure if this one's introduced in Generation 2, but we got Megahorn as a main example for a strong bug type move, which is actually the strongest bug type move, I believe. Yeah, I think so. But, man, I love my bugs. I really do. I don't... Yeah, I love my bugs. Yay. Heracross. Amazing bug type. Amazing combination of types as well. And I think it's pretty obvious what makes a good bug type is the secondary typing it has. Because we had Steel, Rock, Electric, Poison, Rock again, and Fighting. And Flying as well. We had so many combinations of bug types. There's only been 2 pure bug types on there, and one of them Mega Evolves to a part Flying type. But anyway, moving on from Heracross to number 4 being Scizor. Now, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm more of a Scizor person than a Cypher person. Simply because Bug Flying and Bug Steel. Bug Steel is clearly the... well, this is my opinion. Clearly the better type, simply because Steel has something called, as a single type by itself, 10 resistances, and 1 immunity. Flying types have 1 immunity, not as many resistances, and the same amount of weaknesses. But now Cypher just gets a 4 times weakness to Rock, which isn't a common type, which is good. Scizor gets a 4 times weakness to Fire, which is a common type. But Scizor is, well, I like its design. Its Pokédex entry is amazing, and its moveset is amazing as well. And yeah, its only weakness is fire. Only weakness, not one of many like Cypher. But its only weakness is a common type. But honestly, I don't care. I love Sizzle too much to actually care about that. By the way, it's number 4, so what am I going to do? Number 3 is Scolipede. Yeah. Another Gen 5 bug type. How many Gen 5 bug types are here? We have Excelgor, Genesect, Crustle, Garvantula, Scolipede, and yeah, at the moment 5 out of what I think is 8 bug types are fully evolved. I'm actually not sure. No, I know I'm probably forgetting one. Yeah, I am. I just remembered Durant. Yeah, 9. No. Okay, whatever. Scolipede. Its hidden ability is Speed Boost, and if you remember what I said about Ninjask, Speed Boost is amazing. But Scolipede is way higher than Ninjask for the main reason. Hidden ability is Speed Boost, but its main ability is Poison Point. So if anyone, let's say, uses Fire Fang on Scolipede, they have a chance of being poisoned. And to add on, Scolipede has amazing stats, and for some reason, being an early bug type is actually useful at the end of the game. Which, at the end of Black and White, which is amazing, because, well, if you play Pokemon Black, and it can learn Earthquake, you got to count as a Zekrom already, which is good. And Reshiram as well. Oh, I forgot Reshiram is part fire. But honestly, I wouldn't risk it with Scolipede versus Reshiram. But Zekrom, risk it. It has Zen Headbutt anyway, so... Anyway, moving on. Scolipede, great design, great stats, and really, it's one of the many Gen 5 bug types which are so underrated. There's Excelgor, which is underrated as well, along with Genesect, Crustle, Garvantula, Scolipede as well. And number 2, which is Volcarona. Volcarona is also a bug type for Gen 5. And it's actually, unlike the other ones, it's actually one of the most praised bug types for being bug fire. It's an overly powerful Pokemon. It's too powerful. It's too powerful. We start off in Gen 1 with the strongest bug type being Pinsir or Cypher. Then we move on to Gen 2 with the strongest bug type being Heracross. And Heracross being the strongest for a long time till Gen 5. When Volcarona comes in and goes like, yo, I can one-shot all of your asses. But yeah, Volcarona, it's an amazing design. I personally see it more like Mothra. And I've said that a fair amount of times when talking about Volcarona. I was like, yeah, let's damn Mothra in Gen 5. And people hate Gen 5. We got Mothra. What do you have? You have like a Hercules beetle. Whatever. A dung beetle. I don't know. But yeah, Volcarona. Amazing design. God-like stats. And probably not being a legendary is stronger than Genesect. Well, obviously, Genesect's 4 times weak to fire. But that's not the point. Its stats are larger than Genesect's. And its ability, Flame Body. Bit of a common ability for a fire site. But I would personally want Shedskin? Shedskin might make more sense for moth-like Pokemon, but I'm happy with Flame Body. Flame Body is more useful because no one ever uses status moves when I battle them. So yeah, Flame Body. Make them have a physical move. Make them use physical move against you, like no Rock type move because that won't work. Let's say Aqua Jet. Let's say Aqua Jet. It'll burn you and it'll half your attack, which is just so broken. And yeah, that's another Gen 5 bug type. Man, I really do love Gen 5 when it comes to bugs. Moving on to number 1. Let's just say it's another Gen 5 bug type. And it is an underrated bug type. And you should know who it is, what Pokemon this is, if you see my favorite Pokemon each type video. And that is Leavanny. I said the reason why I like it in the favorite Pokemon each type video. But I'll say it again. Long story short, I got into a 6-on-6 battle with a friend of mine. Well, not really a friend, more like a cocky bastard. And he said no legendaries as the rule. He used 5 legendaries and a Zoroark, which to some people, you know who you are. that also counts as legendary. But either way, it's 5 legendaries and 1 really strong Pokemon that was introduced before its generation. What else about it? Yeah, Leavanny. This was Gen 5 battle, so this was when you can actually use items in trainer battles against another trainer, which depend on how many turns you battled in. So he used a max survive on one of his Pokemon, and because of Leavanny, it took down 4 Pokemon. 4 Pokemon out of what could have been 7. Well, it is 7. But still, that's actually pretty damn cool, and Leavanny's always had a special place in my heart because of that. Not to mention Leavanny's based off a Mantis, and I freaking love Mantises. Manti? What are they called? What's the plural for the bug Mantis? But anyway, Leavanny, great stats, great moves, and definitely one of the most underrated bug types. So yeah, that is all for Leavanny. That is all for all the bug types, actually. So, if you disagree, like I said, please leave in the comments below your top 10, top 5, heck, maybe top 3. I'll still read it. Leave what Pokemon you think would be the best bug type. I know Lucas's favourite bug type is Cypher because I've seen his favourite Pokemon reach type video. But whatever. Hopefully he'll do a top 10 as well, because I'm just interested where he will put Leavanny or Volcarona. But that's my opinion. Okay, so anyway, that is actually all for this video. I was going to upload a Battle of the Beast today, but I decided against that simply because I want to get a start to this series, and I just do not have enough time to record 3 Battle of the Beast episodes in one sitting and upload it. I just barely have enough time to record the one video. So, yeah, that is all for this time. If you liked what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe. Press that little notification bell down in the corner below. I may do Battle of the Beast tomorrow. I may do the Dark types top 10, which I'm looking forward to as well. But, yeah, with that being said, I'll see you next time.